Hello, welcome everyone. It is in fact Wednesday. We're here today with this image of some sort. It is some kind of hair. It's got hairstyle, and other such features. And here is this background. Wow, look at this. It's so pretty. What is this place? Well, good question. It is in fact this. That's right. This place where I don't know where this is, but apparently it's a country in the Indian Ocean. Wait, I have seen this. I've seen this this flag before. It is quite the unique flag. Update completed? What the frick? Anyway, welcome. I'm gonna welcome people. Welcome Stream Elements, welcome Cowfriend, welcome Yuko, thank you for the 43 months. Welcome Wallstarer, welcome Hemp, welcome Zully, welcome Duck, welcome Denchi, and Liquid Cake. That's right, everyone is here. I don't know what I'm doing today, or like in general. So like here's the thing. Okay, because for the past like week or so, or even longer, I've been playing Outer Wilds, right? Outer Wilds is there, but then I finished it. And then I'm like, oh no, now I'm done. And then I'm like, oh wait, what about the DLC? And then I played the DLC, and then I finished the DLC, and then I'm like, what am I doing? But then I had like the Picross game that I was working on, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But now I'm like, almost done. Like I guess I could work on the stuff that I'm not done with on stream, but it's like a bunch of like somewhat uninteresting things. Okay, but I can show you what I've done at the beginning, and then maybe we do something else. What if you develop game? That's the thing. What if I decide what my next game is gonna be, and then I work on that on stream, and then I work on my Picross game off stream, and then we can have two games. Oh wait, I was gonna do some. I was gonna check if there were any game jams ever happening, and then maybe if there's any game jam happening right now that's like a really compelling theme, I could be like, I'm gonna make a game for that. I don't know whether that's gonna be the case, but we could try it. Elden Ring DLC. I don't even have it. Nova Liminal. I don't know who that is. What is the theme? What is the jam? The space jam. Overflow and implicit constant conversion. No way. Okay, check this out, everyone. Whoa, what the? He's got stuff. You know how like when you have books, especially Japanese books, they have like the sleeves on the bottom for new books, and it has like a promotional message. It's like, hey, this author also did this thing. I have something like this here, and you can use this to change various aspects of things. Okay, I know there's no BGM from the game right now, but it's because of the way I've set it up. But yeah, you could have this here. I've showed some of this last time. Right, the credits menu, we got this one. Save data, I still have not gotten that menu in there yet. But how to play, okay, we had suggestions last time on the how to play to add a page counter, and we have that there now. So you can go through, you could be like, oh look, we're like 41 pages in. And then if you're like, oh, this is too long, I want to quit, just press B. Or if you want to skip to the end, you can also go back. That's right, the arrow keys work. Press B or start to exit. Chill vibe usually. It's usually around to make assets and then a game jam where you use the assets. Oh, one of those. But what if I wanted my own game assets? That's the thing. What if I hate all the other people's graphics that they've made? And I'm like, what? I could do better than this. That probably would not happen. But anyway, welcome Panis. Anyway, we got that how to play, and then oh, okay, well I think something broke. I think I did something. Oh no, this is because last time. Okay, I fixed the bug from last time. Denchi, remember last time when you were like, oh, what if you like save and quit while you're at 99:59 in the timer, and then it did this. I think we never fixed the save file for this one, so I'm gonna do that now. But this, I did fix that bug, so here we go. We're gonna go into main.c, and we're gonna delete our save data. That's right. What we're gonna do here, save, we're gonna go to save data. We're gonna change this. Here's the thing for the Game Boy, is that you cannot be guaranteed that the memory is initialized to 0. So what they recommend is that in your struct you have like a header, and then you set this to be some expected value. And then if this is not the expected value, then you know that something is messed up, and then you can reset the data. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lower this to a different value, and then when we run it, it's going to be like, whoa, this value doesn't match. And then it deletes it. It deletes your data. And it saves it. Okay, now you might also be like, Wolfie, what the frick? What is this? What are all these ones? Those are off screen, okay? You can't even see it. You're not even able. But okay, so this works now. And then we just change the value back. What if the random garbage the RAM initializes is the exact value? Yes, that can also happen. But you have to rely on the fact that that is very unlikely. Okay, that's highly unlikely. And if it does happen, we have a way to delete your save data. But yeah, you could make it so that you have like it's a very large value. Okay, it is a 16-bit number. So for this to randomly be this value is like a 1 in large number chance. Not even 128. The maximum bits available on the Game Boy is 16. Okay, I mean, you could have 2 headers. You could be like, oh, header 1, header 2, right, header 2, and then like this, and then you're like, oh, what if you had like another one? What if you had all your RAM be dedicated to checking the but then there's always a chance. Okay, there's always a chance that it's going to be that exact value. So at some point you got to be like, well. And actually, like, okay, so although on the Game Boy you can't guarantee it, emulators, they usually do initialize the values to 0. So in most emulators that people use, it is fairly reliable to just assume that. So it would really only be an issue on real hardware, and even then, just small possibilities. Would you store the CRC of the save in the header? Yeah, but then you'd have to like implement that stuff. Like, what if I didn't want to do like we have so much data, right? We have so many data points here. And then like what if you wrote one value and then like the game turned off? Then what do? You just delete all their data? I don't know. Welcome Green Blob Code. And all of this for something that is probably very unlikely to happen. And if it does happen, well, they can always go to the save data option. It's going to be here. Feature that randomly deletes your save would be funny. They do that on the real Game Boy. That's right, the Game Boy batteries have... So cartridges have batteries in them, and those things stop working after some years. Welcome Lord Firespeed. Don't override the save data directly. Write the save data to a temp file, then move the temp file. There's no files though. I would simply just have 2 structs. But then the amount of data is very large. Okay, we have like 150 levels. Each level has this thing. Like, although I can't have 2 data structs, I can have this here. Right to the second one. I don't know. We're just trying to optimize for just like a very unlikely scenario. Okay, most games just do not care. Well, that's the difference between games that are good. No, it doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. How much RAM is even in card type? I don't know. It's actually a lot. It's a lot of RAM. GBDK. What's it called? Cartridge types. Because your save file being double the size, you can do those updates. I don't think it's worth it. The likelihood of someone doing this for real just does not matter. You have... This is ROM banks. We're thinking of RAM banking. Memory... Okay, so this one... I mean, whatever. It's more than enough. There's like at least 16 kilobytes, I think, of memory. We're not even using like 1 kilobyte for our storage. I want to see the exact values. Where's the exact values? Welcome, Stanley. Memory bank switching. Where's the docs? GBDK docs. They also updated their docs recently. They released 4.5, and this thing is actually viewable on mobile now. They used to have an older version that was like just not optimized well for any sort of screen usage. Was it cartridge? No. What do I call it? Banking? Banking MBCs. Yeah, they're getting doxed. Bank. It's more RAM than the Game Boy. Wait, this Game Boy cartridge has more RAM than the game. Well, yeah, this is like... Yes. This is SRAM though. Let's see, where was it? It's slower. Where's the docs? I don't even know. This one? Here it is. The MBC type. You got the RAM, amount of RAM, max ROM size, RAM, SRAM. SRAM is here. So how much SRAM is there? Maximum SRAM size 32 kilobytes. 128 kilobytes. So the one that I'm using is MBC5 with SRAM, no rumble. MBC5 with battery, 128 kilobytes of storage. But they are banked, so each bank can only have like 16 kilobytes or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. In this case, it doesn't really even matter. But yeah, this is the current state of the game. Have I changed anything else in the actual puzzle itself? I don't think so. Change the colors, change the background music, which you can't hear right now, but the background music is being changed. The colors you can give up. I showed the save data last time. You can save, and it's like, whoa, look, he's sleeping. Change the colors while he's sleeping. Bam. You press enter, resume exactly where you were. Save. You can close the game. And then he's awake. He's fishing. Wow, look at that. It marked off all these things. And then you could do this, and then you're like, I'm gonna save. And then you close it. And you reopen it. Bam. There is all your saved data right there. And then you can give up, and then you can go back, and then you can go check out who made this game. You can check out the tutorial. Anyway, as far as stuff that I still have left to do, let me check my notes. My Wolfie's Nonogram notes. In my to-do list, I have scrolling. Yes, a way to reset your save data. Yeah, that is still a to-do that I have to have like some kind of message when you beat the game. I don't know like what I'm gonna do for that. But you know, if you finish one of the other Picross games, they're like, congrats on beating Picross. And then that's it, that's all they do. It would be nice to have some kind of message. Yeah, some custom art, perhaps. And then what? I need to show the version number somewhere. So like, although Game Boy cartridges historically, you know, they released a version and then they just never updated. Now that we live in an online world, we can release patches, and people can update their game. They can load the game. Welcome, ChocoJax. Thank you. Well, do you guys see Choco made, like, she learned Blender in a day? What the heck? She made a 3D model of herself in like a day? How did she do that? I tried learning Blender and I was like, this is too much. I don't understand. I don't understand, guys. Blender just doesn't make sense to me. So many buttons you gotta press. But yeah, I'm gonna show a version number somewhere so that people know exactly what version of the game they're on. And then, oh, we gotta have box art, you know? Like, if you're gonna release a Game Boy game, you gotta have a box art. Because if you go, okay, this is worrying me, because if I go on itch.io, I don't know what's gonna show up. So maybe, okay, Game Boy box art. Right, you could, something like this. Something like the word Game Boy on the left, and then like some image. Hey, do you guys notice that this shield is like overlapping? Are they allowed to do that? What the heck? Zelda, they can do that? How's that allowed? Oh no, I guess it's a common thing. They did that for Pokemon as well. And also this. Alright, so we have box art, cart label art. There are some levels I need to move around because the difficulty could be a bit better curve. Okay, the progress meter for tutorial is done. That's really all that I have left. That's like, there's a bunch of other stuff that's like really minor related to code organization. Yeah. Some optimizations I can make around rendering speed, specifically when you're changing pages, right? Like this could be faster. It's already pretty fast, but sometimes it's noticeably slow. At the moment, it's fine. What FPS? All Game Boy games run at 60 FPS, and this one is in fact running at 60. But Denchi, it's right there. It's right at the top of the screen. Sometimes it's 59, but I think that sometimes it's 63, 64 FPS. What the? Oh, this is why. Because like Game Boy Color has a fast mode. You can make the CPU go like twice as fast. And I do that when loading the next page when you're on a Game Boy Color. But then I noticed it also makes the music faster, so maybe I might remove that functionality. So it'll be like a little bit slower, but will sound a bit nicer. But yeah, so there's also a little bit of flickering. I don't really know what's causing that, but that's a thing, right? That's a thing that's happening. And then what? And then that's it. And then everything is good. So that's a summary of my current status. That's my stand-up update. Put that on the Scrum, whatever it's called. The weekly update. And now what? Now what do I do? I don't know. Make a game. Okay, we're gonna look for game jams. That's too long. You're right. It is too long. It's more like a demo. It's like a weekly demo or whatever. Can we find some game jams that are running? Jams? Any good jams? Someone did mention a jam. But what if there were other ones? Composers and devs. FNAF minigame. Jame Gam. What is Jame Gam? Jame Gam. It's a beginner-friendly game jam. I'm not a beginner. I can't possibly participate in this. Meet new people. I'm not doing that. If I was gonna do a game jam, it would be by myself. 3 days to play and vote the games. Didn't know there were that many. Thought there'd be 3 or 4. There's so many game jams going on. Art jam, design and emote. We got skill up game jam. What's the theme of this one? Illusion, special object belt. A belt that will illusion someone. What is a special object? It needs to be in your game. I don't know, maybe I don't do a game jam today. One other thing that I have been interested in is learning music. As I mentioned on a previous stream, finding people that can make music for the Game Boy is kind of rare. There's not too many people that offer commissions for Game Boy music. And I'm like, what if I just learn how to compose music? Not even just for Game Boy, but I think it would be good if I was going to make a game for me to just also make the soundtrack. Now I know that's a lot of effort. You gotta learn like music theory. You don't have to learn music. There's a lot of people that know music but have never studied music theory. They kind of just get a sense of like what sounds good. And like I can tell what sounds good. The thing is that I don't know how to make the thing that sounds good. Welcome Nanolaser, this but the other sort of keyboard? Oh, you mean like this one? Like this one? That's right, there it is. The other keyboard. The piano keyboard. But yeah, we could really try to learn music, right? How many monkeys do you have to plinky plonk on your keyboard? I don't know. But anyway, I've been recommended a bunch of YouTube videos. They've been like, oh, you watched this video about music? Here is a bunch of them. And I've learned what's, what's that thing? You know, maybe I haven't learned. What's that thing called? A set of notes that sounds good together. A key, like a minor key, major, like C major is a key, and then the keys in that, what are they called keys? Probably. They sound good together, something like that. You might think that having all the keys on the keyboard available are good, but actually it's bad, because not all of them go well. Did you learn not to get too crotchety? What does that mean? Do not consider music theory all the time because it is too much to consider. But okay, like C major. Like C major is apparently a key that's easy to learn for beginners. And then I also remember some time ago when we looked at Bitsy, and Bitsy does have a music editor. And I think by default you can choose a key and then it sounds good, right? Let me make a tune here. Yes. Can I move this thing? Yes, I can. Like, look, they don't even tell you what the notes are, but if you put anything here, it sounds like decent, I think. Because they restrict the notes that you can play because they have to be in that key. So wait, listen to this. How do I play it? What's the what's the play button? Oh, the button on the right, but that's gonna play the game, right? No, I want to play the song. It's a pun or play on words, which I will proceed to explain. Crotchety means you are irritated and snap easily, but a crochet is a type of crotchet. It's a type of note in music. Oh, I didn't get that. I thought it was like crochet, like the thing you do with yarn. The sentence might mean to not get angry or avoid placing exactly 4 notes in every bar. I didn't know that. I don't go to bars. How was I supposed to know? I don't drink. I have no intention of going to a bar. How do I play the music? Oh, okay. Just scroll. Don't you hate when this happens? When there's no indication that you can scroll. Okay, there are scroll bars. Never mind. Never mind. Welcome, Marklar. Only the Europeans say crochet. Crotchet. Oh, doesn't that sound good? Hold on, we gotta delete these ones though, because these were provided for free. Now, what if we just make a new one? Let's just make a new one. Tune 4. Not a fan of disappearing scroll. No, but these ones don't disappear. No, they do. Wait, they do. That's why I didn't realize. It's like, if you're gonna have something that's like partially off screen, you gotta make sure there's like part of it that's visible so that you know there's more down there. Like if it's just like this, I didn't know there was more. How was I supposed to know there's more? Can't believe this. And then how do we choose a style? Style, cheery, key, major, full minor. Right, you can make your own song here. It's going to sound so good. You're going to be, whoa, that sounds so good. Wow, Wolfie, that sounds great. What an amazing start to your composing career. Okay, maybe this is harder than I thought. Maybe I don't learn how to do music today. Another strategy that I've learned from a video is that you can make it, you can make, how do I stop this? You can put a bunch of like notes like this together, and then like as long as the rhythm sounds fine, you can kind of just move them around anywhere. So like, this is the rhythm. Right? If that sounds good on its own, then you can be like, okay, then move this up here. But then they gotta move up in a way that makes sense, right? You can't just go from here to here, right? You gotta like put this here at least. And then like maybe now you can go down there, and then now this one can go there. Yeah, rhythm, that's what it's called. I'm gonna compose something now too. Is anyone here familiar with music? Okay, let's listen to this. It does not sound good. Well, what if it did sound good? What if the speed was fast? What if it was gloomy? No, that's depressing. What if we change our instrument to this? Ooh, that sounds better. Okay, because this tone that we use was simply too high pitched or whatever. What's it called? I don't know. You use this one. Oh, it doesn't sound good though. Here's the thing, it doesn't sound good. But what if it did? Is this a trumpet? It's a duty cycle 50%. Oh, how did I know? Yes, it is duty 1/2. This is duty 1/4. 1/8. Now what is this? How do I use this instrument? Oh, maybe these are only available because there are other channels, right? There are, you can like play drums as well. That's the tuba. Well, I mean, I know, but like, how do I like go there? What's a blip? What's a strum interval? What's a blip? What? What is this? What is a blip? A note or a blip? So I know people like they learn music to play music, but does anyone here like compose their own music? Any tips for beginner musicians wanting to compose music for video games specifically? For their music game soundtrack? Oh, their game, okay, it's not gonna be a music game, but the game will have music. Welcome to mine. I've done that. What's your advice? Like, stay on C major until you learn, or something. Wanted to learn but never got to it like usual. Add that to the list of things. I had to compose music about 30 years ago when I was learning to play cornet. Dang. But do you remember though? I took some compositions and composed some stuff. Composition lessons. Was it used? Or was it used for anything? For games? For church, perhaps? Style. How did they use other instruments here? So this, okay, so this song here, which I've ruined by the way, it does not sound like this. But the rest of the song was untouched. Now, how did they have multiple tracks here? That's my question. This is not just this, they also have background. There's the do-do-do-do-do, that part. Like, where's that coming from? Easiest thing for me is if I know the mood I want, start by finding the chords that fit the mood. Then I add melodies based on that. The chord. Well, this one though, I don't really have chords. It's like low definition music. How did they have other instruments? How do they do this? Oh, is it maybe it's just this? Does maybe this play at the same time as the other one? Oh wait. Oh, this is maybe the other instrument. I see. I see. So if we go to my new song, tune 4. Oh, I see. Oh, and then in this channel, you can use this. I'm at tone P2. Oh, they don't let you customize it. For less channels, I will do an arpeggio instead of a chord or a broken chord. A discord. A discord. That chord. So this is not adjustable. You only have one possibility. Set the tonic note for an arpeggio. Oh wait. Oh. Oh. Why don't you go to tone P8? And then up here. Up here is where you have your regular instruments. I mean, that already sounds better, but not by much. So you can't... Okay, so every bar has its own up and down thing. I guess the fact that this is simplified makes it easier to focus on like something that might sound nice. You're not so caught up in like the drum beats or whatever. And then you do this. I guess these are all using the same tone. Play around, keep an open mind to something that doesn't sound perfect. Me when it sounds awful. No, no. I'm a failure. Here, what about this? Wow. We have multiple songs for him. I think there's too much chaos. I mean, there needs to be... Okay, here's the thing. You gotta do, like, repeating patterns of some kind, right? You can't just have the notes be going up. They can be, like, you know, you could do this. And then, like, then you go back down and you repeat the same thing. But maybe you started from here. Yeah, you make the rhythms... Like, what if you did this? And then you did this. And then you play it again, but it's longer. And then the next one... You do the same thing, but then it goes like here. And then you do the same thing, but now it's like here, right? Isn't this something? This is a strategy. You can't just have different notes all the time. That already sounds better. Hold on, am I learning? I'm actually learning something today. So you repeat a thing. And then you kind of repeat, but you make it a little bit different. You need some familiarity and also some differences. Repeat, but change it up a little bit the second time. Exactly. I knew. I was aware of things. So you do this, and then you do this. And then you go back to the well. Back at it again. But now you go down here. And then back here. And then, but now you can go maybe up here and then down and then up again. What does this sound like? That sounds alright. Rule of threes is good, two of the same. Two of the same and one different. Oh, groups of three, I see. Is there a way to change note volume? I don't think so. It sounds nice. And then you could change these instruments. Like what? Okay, what if it started off like this? And then here. And then back here. And then up. So it goes like... I don't know, there's something there. What about style? What if we made this gloomy though? Sounds too chaotic. Oh no, it's evil. It's the same, but if it was evil. It's too chaotic. Pick cross, but evil? How can it be evil? Okay, what if we use this tone? Yeah, that's just major minor. I know some scales. That's a musical thing. Scales. The pentatonic scale, that's a thing. The C major scale. Something. Is there no way to like make this thing like less fast? Is there simply no way? Style, speed, what about medium? Wow. I think this part is a bit too much. We go here and so we just repeat this, but what if instead of repeating this exactly it goes like down, right? But then it's like, I think this part is a bit too different, right? This part, it goes from here to here, which is a bit much. It perhaps needs to go from here down to here. And then once it's here, maybe it goes up. What if it goes here? And then up. But then it goes back down. So maybe instead of going all the way back down, we did what if it was this? That sounds better already. I think this, I don't like this part. I think there might not be a way to have this be done differently in this editor that I'm using. Because this is meant to make it easy to make music, you know, you don't have as much control. But what if I wanted more control? What if it was turbo? What if it was slow? What if it was minor key? Whoa. It's evil. It's kind of like, this sounds like something, well, besides this instrument, sounds like something that would be like in Pokemon, maybe like Lavender Town. It has some similarities. What about full major scale? What is full major scale? then you have more options up here and down here. But Chromatic gives you everything, and that's too much. You don't want too much choice. Yeah, Pokemon. Oh wait, what is this? Oh, you can change the octave. Wait. That's a thing you can do. You can change the octave. Oh, wait. No, how do I stop this? Oh, so you can, okay, I see. So it's like this octave. You could have it go up. What if, okay, what if you play the same octave, and then the next one you go up one. And then also up. And then back down. What does that sound like? No, I want to play it from the beginning. Stop. Play it from the beginning. I guess that's something, right? Some kind of thing. Some sort of thing. And then maybe this one can go down. Beatbox? I have heard of that one. I have heard of it. Okay, what if... Here we go. It's complex music. Well, Bitsy is more like a game-making software. It's for like simple, like story-based games. I don't think I've played a Bitsy game that has like music in it though. This might have been like a... Although I guess I don't really play too much Bitsy games. I'm not really a lore-focused guy, usually. But the software that I probably will actually use is the GB Studio music editor. Because that will make songs that are compatible with the Game Boy. And it gives you a bit more options. Same for the most part, I'm a gameplay first. Exactly. That's the thing. That's how it is. Let's open up our music project. Hey, wait, why does the... Okay, so like our background here is no longer doing the thing. Why did it stop? Why did it stop doing that? It's no longer doing the up and down thing. Wait. But now, okay, now we get to... Wait, what? Welcome, BrainZap. What is Bitsy? Well, good question. It is a little editor for little games or worlds. I'm mostly just using it for music. Because it's simple. Wait, why was I able to do this here? But before I wasn't. Maybe when I went chromatic. But then I went back. What? Like if I choose this. What the? I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, I guess now we have more control over this part of the instrument. So what if it was like this? Okay, so you can make this is like a drum beat sort of. Not really a drum. What do you call this? Welcome, Ilarezi. I'm attempting to learn music. Whether or not it's successful, you will find out. Hold on. No. Well, okay, what if I make this like a chord, right? Isn't this a thing where you like make this play the same as the other one, but like differently? Isn't that a thing? Some kind of thing that you can do? Like, what if we simply copy these notes, but different? What if it was the same but different? Beep boop. No. That's too much. Is this like compatible with the Game Boy engine? Nope. But you can probably just copy, because the notes are the same. The Game Boy has the same like whatever this thing is, the duty cycle. I can show you what the Game Boy one looks like. The Game Boy editor. Oh, I forgot I had this. Okay, so actually this is spoilers, but the person who was composing the music for my Picross game did have some works in progress. You can listen to them right now. Oh wait, this one doesn't play. This one does not play in the GB Studio editor for some reason. BGM 2 at the moment has some unpleasant sounding pops in it, which he is trying to fix. But this is what it sounds like. I think it sounds quite nice, if you ignore the popping sounds. It reminds me of like a forest. If you're in some kind of brightly lit forest. Wow. I think the pops are because he's doing something with the volume on channel 3, which doesn't sound that good on the Game Boy. I think he just needs to make some changes to that. Welcome, Anthem. But there's more. There's more. We've got stereo audio. Oh, and then you got this part. You got the instrumental. This is more standard UI, yeah. But it also has a tracker view, where you can enter the notes and effects for each channel. Okay, that's most of the song. There is a little bit at the end, which is a little bit repetitive, but I think it's fine. At the very end of this, there's one segment for like 10 seconds. This part. Tracker view, yeah. This is my type of music. I almost never listen to music with lyrics. It's quite relaxing. I feel like for like a Picross game, you kind of want like something that's very loopable, because you're probably going to be like playing the same song for a while. I do have like 8 songs that you can choose. Tracker view seems hard to work with, I guess if you get used to it. Yeah, I think like tracker view might be easier to like copy paste stuff. So like if you just want to copy the same effect or note, I guess you could just do it here as well, but there are some things you can do in tracker view that you can't as easily do in the piano view. So like unlike traditional music, I guess like if you're making stuff to be played via tracker, you can tell like where it loops. So you can say like give it an effect, so like you go from here, go to like the start of this thing, and then loop for 3 times and then go to the next thing. I don't know, there's some stuff. BGM 1, I think it might be too big for GB Studio Player. See, it just plays like the first part of it and then it just stops. I think if I downloaded Huge Tracker, I could probably play it. Oh wait, no, what I could do is I could compile my game and then you could play it via the game. What directory was this in? This was in GB Studio. Sync thing. Was it code? GBDK, GB Studio. You can use the pattern effects and stuff to add volume changes and things for echoes instead of doing everything in instruments. Exactly. You can do arpeggios here. Not that I really understand how that stuff works. But that is a thing. Let me just download Huge Tracker. I believe this is like usually what people use to make Game Boy music before GB Studio had its like his own implementation. But yeah, Huge Tracker, they just have a tracker view. Windows. 5 megabytes, it's only 5 megabytes. And then, where was it? Where did it download? Oh, this is the file. So I'm gonna copy all of this. Make a new directory. How do I make a new folder? Beatbox thing is fun. I feel like when I tried it originally, it was a little bit, I don't know, it's been a while. Beatbox.co. Yeah, you could make music in this. Encodes everything in the link. He's making music. Alright, so Huge Tracker. Let's see, which one was it? Huge Tracker. Here's the driver. Am I downloading the wrong thing? Huge Tracker. Oh, here it is. No, an unrecognized application? No, there's a virus. Is there a way to find the directory? Where is this? GB Studio. Sync thing default GB Studio. Okay. Sync thing default GB Studio music assets music. BGM1. Okay, BGM1. Alright, this is BGM1. Oh, it's kind of loud. It's really freaking loud. It's really loud in Huge Tracker. Can I lower this? How do I do volume mixing on Windows? Settings? No, that's not it. Volume mixer. That's okay. Didn't they have like a built-in thing like over here where you didn't have to like open a separate menu for this? Whatever. Okay, it's fine. Let's do like 20% more. Is 20% too loud? It's still kind of loud. Hold on. They hide it from you? How do I see the tracker view? Where is it? Wave patterns. There it is. So for reference, I gave him that one song from Picross S8, I think. It sounded a lot like Plastic Love. You could tell there are many aspects that resemble City Pop. Oh right, it does sound like City Pop. Also welcome Last Tabaka. And this song is too long for GB Studio. You cannot play it. Now, I do feel like the instrumental part here is a bit long. It goes on for like 30 seconds or something. But maybe that's fine. Maybe, you know, for background music, you don't need it to always be like an instrumental. What is it called? A saxophone. It's kind of like a saxophone. This one's gonna be the title screen song. So like the song for menus, level select. But you can always change it. You can choose a different song if this one doesn't suit it. I also could have sworn this was faster. I vaguely remember it being faster than this. But yeah, that's BGM 1. I'm overall fairly satisfied with. And then 2 we've listened to already, but maybe it sounds different. What if BGM 2 sounds different in Huge Tracker? So there could be some difference, because it actually does play here. I like this part. This part's nice. And if I run it with the game itself, you could imagine the game with this music. Bam. And you choose your level and it's playing this song. You're like, man, that sure is a song. That song sure is jamming. And then you go into a level, and then it's like, whoa, now it's gonna be, now it's this one. Wow. We're solving puzzles, it's like, oh man, it sure is peaceful. Welcome, Props Not Jack. And then you cross this off, and then all this stuff is crossed off, and it's like, whoa, then it's this one, and then it's also this. And it plays the music. Anyway. That's some preview of the music from the game. And there's also BGM 3, which we've listened to before, but it's been a while, so we can listen to it again. Code. This one, BGM 3. This is BGM 3. We have listened to this before, and I was like, it kind of reminds me of like climbing a tower in the clouds or something. It's got a very ascending sort of sound to it. Anyway, I'm going to drink some water. It is time to hydrate. Alright. I have hydrated. I tried a tracker once and was completely off the deep end. It is kind of overwhelming. There's like a lot of stuff here. And I am thankful that GB Studio has a simpler view that resembles other music software. It's got a piano roll. It's got everything. Anyway, enough of that stuff. Let's make our own song. Okay, let's learn how to use this thing. Example. Call this example song. And then maybe we try to copy some concepts from what we learned here. They do some repetition. You gotta choose your what are these things called? Your scale? C major. The thing is here, it doesn't mark them off for you, so you gotta remember which notes are in C major. C major scale. All the white notes? Wasn't there like, okay, so just all of them. Humans are so obsessed with the song, they looked at 1960s computers and went, accessing the memory drum makes a sound. We can make a song out of this. Did they do that? Wait, you're telling me you could any white note? Are these just all the white notes? C, A, G, E. You can just do that. Oh, but the thing about the Game Boy though, how do you make long notes? Because unlike this one, you can't just grab it. You have to play two of them. But like, surely there's a way, right? Oh, length. Oh. But okay, so you have to set length per instrument. And then this thing, that makes it a bit more complicated. What does this sound like? Maybe you can drag now. No. So I think the way that the Game Boy audio works is you can have like a certain number of instruments that you can switch between. So like here, and then each instrument, I guess, has a length. But if you want a different length, you got to make a new instrument. Something like that. I don't know. Music is complicated. Oh wait, I'm trying to do C major scale, right? So you got to do like this. What if it was this? Whoa, that's something. It's kind of fast though. Tempo. Okay, so tempo is delay. So if you increase the delay, it's slower. What if I make Jingle Bells? The song we're listening to right now. Neon Cat? True. Jingle Bells, Picross style. Straight up Picross in it. No, that's too much. This is too much. Why did it cut off right there? You hear that? What is it? No, it sounds bad. Okay, it sounds bad because this is not part of the C major scale. What if it was? What if it went up more? See, what is that right there? That thing like stopped for like a brief millisecond. This doesn't sound as good. What did I do here? What is this? This one started at E. Which one of these is E? This is C. This is E then. Playing only the black keys is a good option too. What is that called? What scale is that? Sounds like a Windows music driver issue. Man, Windows. The other side is more similar to the scale you get from just black keys. It's a major. This is major pentatonic. Is that what the difference? I thought this was just. I think so. But it says A though. It just says A. A, C, G, E, D. Like this one. I wish they would tell you what the notes were. Like, is there a way for me to see what the letters are? As a beginner, it's pentatonic. So like, is that using the black notes then? Is the alphabet? Yeah, but then I gotta like remember the alphabet. Like I know it's easy, but like I have to be okay. So like 5 away is like this, and then like this away. I guess you could use a different. Ooh. Wait. Fade out 50% pulse. Bass drum. Oh shoot. Yo. C is given. Each white note is alphabet incrementation. A is two white notes below C. Man, they have space to label it. Why wouldn't they just label? Welcome, Old Man Diabetes. Soft sweep. What does it sound like? No. Isn't this a song? That's a song. Frere Jacques or something. But this is different. This is something else. Is this anything? Is this anything? You also have a wave. You have you can use a wave, which is a different thing. It's got different instruments available only on the wave channel. That's unpleasant. Triangular wave. What about the noise channel? The noise channel you can use for drums and stuff like that. Crash sound. Snare drum. Metallic sound. Snare drum 3. Bass drum. Explosion. What if it was bass drum? What if it was like a bass, like the fish bass drum? I guess you could like, okay, so you can use you can put effects down here. So if you wanted to do like, for example, arpeggios, you could do that. Look at this. What does that sound like? Arpeggio, first note plus semitone. Whoa, what the? Is that too much? First note and semitone. I guess this is like a chord, right? Kind of. Arpeggios are similar to chords. That sounds awful. Dissonant. Hamflow, do you know music theory? What do I do here? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be doing this some way? No, you're right. That sounds bad. Am I still trying to be C major? I don't really know what I'm doing. What am I? What is portamento? Whoa. Whoa. Portamento. Slide from one note to another. Vibrato. This sounds bad. Volume slide. Wobbliness. Arpeggio. How do you make a good sounding arpeggio? Is that even possible? Let's see. Simple resonant chord is C, E, G. If you're on the black keys, you can't really hit a bad note. Mostly about getting a nice rhythm. I see. And yet it sounded bad to me. Maybe it's just like the way that arpeggios work here. Maybe it's not really a chord. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what this is. What about call routine? What is that? Personally, also don't like super quick arpeggios. Can I make it like longer? Oh, tempo. No, tempo is for the whole song. I think this thing, I don't know if you can adjust this. You can mess around in the key of C, because it'll be the easiest. Everyone knows music. Everyone is so knowledgeable. I think the arpeggio is messed up here. Maybe we don't... You could set the tempo faster, draw the arpeggios to give you more control. True, but then each note would not be held for very long. Tempo is definitely arpeggioing. Okay, so like tempo is delay. So if you made it faster, tempo 6 or 7, guys, 6 or 7. No, I think we get rid of the arpeggio. This is hard. How do people do? How the heck did this guy make music and it sounded as good as BGM 2? We could also, okay, we can make another instrument that is the same thing but longer. This thing has a length. It's classical music. It's already had sheet music pre. No, you're thinking of it. Okay, you missed the song that we had been playing that I commissioned. BGM 2 is not referring to one of those. It's referring to a different song. And that song is this one. Listen to this one. Doesn't this one sound nice? The software seems oddly cumbersome. The GB Studio one? This one? It's because this one is how you get the songs to play on the Game Boy. But you can't just drag the note, because it has to be a new instrument. So I guess they could have made it, I don't know. There was limitations they had to abide by. Well, doesn't this sound nice? How did they make this sound so nice? I guess we could also just look. If we just don't save the song. So how did they make this BGM 2? So they had... Is duty cycle the amount of time a chip is active during an interval? The duty cycle, I think, is just... If you play a sine wave and then you cut it off like 50% through, yeah. Something like that. Starting with drum beat might help. Possibly true. So what are these effects that he used here? Set speed, 4 ticks per row. What the heck is this? And then what instrument is this one? This one. Oh, he has his own custom noise. instruments. Kick his own kick drum. Anyway, that's this song. Wow. Welcome Carabone. Like this one sounds nice. Quite that nice song. Well, I guess these notes are all the same length. He's not like dragging the notes. This part's cool though. You got stereo audio. Should I be in the music category? Maybe I should. Music. Now, there is popping noise. That is simply an artifact of changing volume on the Game Boy. Alright, so how did he do this? How did he make this sound good? This thing. The noise channel. So this is a, what is that? Hi-hat. Me when I'm greeting a hat. Hi-hat. Hello. No, what's duty 1? Which one of these? There's nothing on duty 1 here. But then duty 2, he said duty. This one is... This is not this. How do I see what this one is? Was it 25%? No, I've deleted it. Surely there's a way to see what the note is. What the instrument is. Like, they are color-coded, but they all look similar. This one looks very similar, and they're also, like, faded out. It's like, doot, 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 doot. And so he's not sticking to the scale that I was going with. So it does have some black keys and white one, which is too complex for me to understand as a noob. It goes from, okay, maybe I should start lower. I was starting from C6. This one starts at C4, which, as you all know, is the bomb. What if we go down to C4? And then... And then we just do this. He's in a different key. No, I don't even know. What tempo was this set at? What if we go to tempo 10? What about tempo 6? But then, what if it was this? And then this? I don't know. Man. How do people even study music? How do you all learn music? You just like watch videos. It's like, hey, here's some good chords that you can use. Here's how to structure your melody. Reading. No, because when you watch videos, they can play examples, right? If you're reading stuff, you just have to imagine the notes. Imagine reading. I've heard music is like counting, but it doesn't make sense. Best way to start is playing other people's music. Maybe true. Did it in grade school, had to get a good grade? Did you succeed? I guess given that you know some music, I will assume you were successful. Alright, what if it went like this? And then there. Whoa, whoa. That's something. I feel like the transition between this and this is too much. What if it was like this? Wait. No, that sounds bad. Because it was on this key. It was not supposed to be on that key. What if it was like here? What if it was here? Can we go back to this one? Can I just try to like make this song? Can I just make this song in GB Studio? Didn't this sound better last time? I feel like it sounded better than this. Oh, because I changed the underlying this thing. This thing was gotten rid of. I don't know. Oh, there's also Pico 8, guys. Pico 8 also has its own music editor. What if we use all the software? GB Studio, Bitsy, Pico 8. So Pico 8 has a similar thing. It has tracker view and it has this view. And if you wanted to change the speed, speed is kind of the same as the tempo here. It's like delay. But then with this one, you know, they don't have a piano roll on the left side. Oh wait, what is this? Scale. Major. What if you went to major? Major. And then I guess it snaps it to the nearest major. Wow, doesn't that sound great? Sounds good. How do you delete notes in Pico 8? You just do this, I guess. You could simply press the delete key. Welcome, Namington. Excellent music. Glorp. Out here glorping. Straight up glorping it. And by it, let's just say my C major scale. Whoa. Whoa, dude. I don't know. Maybe this is more of a thing for off stream, because I feel like it's kind of hard to compose music, not even like on stream, but also in general. So I imagine a lot of it involves listening to the same like few seconds of the song for like many minutes at a time, which is maybe not the best viewing experience. It's like when you're watching someone draw and all they do is Control-Z, draw the same thing. But then that's different, because you can, if you don't want to see that, you can just look away. With the music, though, you're like listening to it. Not much different from coding. Yeah, but then like, what if the song sounds bad? Like when someone's coding, they're not like playing the same audio. I guess they might be. If they're testing a game, they might play the same song over and over. I think a part of it also is like I need to like have like a sort of vibe that I'm going for. I'm kind of just like putting notes randomly, and I don't really have a sense of like what kind of song I want this to be. I feel like maybe like another thing could be like trying to transpose a song that I already know, right? I could simply be like, I know this song. I can just try to see if I can recreate the song in a different editor. Like this. Right, that's something. But like, what is it though? It's something, but what is it? What about this one? 12.5. Oh, that's unpleasant. Zelda. Da-da-da. What if it was tempo 2? Oh no. Jingle bells. It's literally Christmas. Christmas, just a month away. Literally. Wait, that does sound like Zelda. Wait, that's literally Zelda. I don't have my hat on. Yeah, I removed it during the anniversary stream. Okay, you just go up, right? You just go from here, and then you just go up. It's something like that. If it sounded better. Wouldn't be bad if it was better. But like, am I trying to make that sound? No. No. So what am I doing? Christmas. Isn't there's also another program called like, what was it called? There was something on Steam, like Lovely Composer. I think we looked at some point. It's also for making chiptune songs. Wait, this sounds nice. Some advanced stuff. Some advanced music they got going on there. Dang, look at this. They got color schemes, they got anime characters, they got waveforms, they got whatever that is. Got anime. They got everything. They literally got everything. Wow. What if we try Beatbox? Let's just try like every music software. Welcome, Dopamine. Dopamine, do you know music? What does this sound like? Whoa. Whoa, that's crazy. That sounds awful. I know some stuff, but none of this digital mumbo jumbo. You play like real instruments. The real piano. The real other instruments. The Instagram reel. Whoa, wait, hold on. This sounded kind of nice. Whoa. I think it's really the instrument that's doing all this. This is like some kind of hidden forest temple or something. Like, whoa, what is that? What is that mysterious thing? A cave? It could also be a cave. It does have some aquatic properties as well. There's some stuff going on. Vocal presets. Slow. Oh, that's loud. Cave lit. True, it does sound like that. Okay, that sounds really unpleasant. You hear that? For 1 second there, it was really unpleasant sounding. This one sounds nice though. This seems fine. Maybe it was just my audio driver. Oh, that sounds awful. What the heck was that? Ooh, shamisen? Banjo? Banjo? Voice? Yowie? They got Yowie in this? That's a cat. That's a cat meowing. Mouse? Mice do not sound like that. What if this was F? The key of C sharp. Anyway, that is my song, everyone. Bam. Yep. That right there is what I call music. There it is. But if I look up music software for beginners, music software for noobs. No, but like really what I want to do is make Game Boy music. So really I should just learn GB Studio. Fruity Studio, FL Studio, Fruity Loops. I think that when I was a kid, I think I did try to use that. I used it for all of like an hour and I was like, this is stupid. I gave up. No, it wasn't stupid. I just didn't understand it. And if I don't understand it immediately, why would I even try? Am I right, guys? If something doesn't immediately make sense to me, why would I not just give up? That's the spirit. Piano Roll in GB Studio is actually pretty okay to use. Yeah, it's probably pretty good. It's probably fine for someone who knows music. I think it's just the fact that you can't easily extend your notes that makes it a little bit harder to use. And that is due to limitations with the Game Boy. How does Game Boy audio work? It just, there's like sine waves. Do you mean like in software or like in hardware? So there's 4 channels. Duty 1 and 2 are basically just like sine waves with some of this stuff, parameters that you can set, and you can fade out. There's like pulses, you turn off the pulse or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. In software, but because you're ultimately speaking to hardware, also hardware. So in software, you kind of you're just setting values. There's 4 registers I think you can set, but you don't really control it. You kind of just use drivers to do it. But it basically says like, tell the Duty 1 channel to play a sound at this frequency, and then it'll continue playing at that frequency until you tell it otherwise. So like if you in your game you don't call the function every frame, it'll just keep whatever sound was playing the previous frame. So like that's why if your game crashes, you might hear the same like sine wave playing until it uncrashes. And then that's like the Duty 1 and 2 channels. And then like the wave and noise channels have like different audio that you can use. So Duty 1 and 2 are mostly just for sine waves. Wave is for like, you can put in arbitrary waveforms. But look at this, you get to adjust this. You can change exactly how this sounds. This one is just pure sine waves. And then noise channel, I think it just like takes random noise and then like shapes it to some envelope. So it's suitable for like drums and stuff like that. Maybe it's not random noise, but like some kind of noise. Something. Some kind of thing. Maybe I should start with like a drum beat of some sort. Maybe I start with the closed hi-hat. That's too fast. This is kind of low though. What if it was like this? It's like setting the tempo. Or something, I don't really know. This doesn't sound good. What if we added more stuff, you know? You have like this, and then like here you can have a snare drum. Perhaps. And then this is just playing on loop in between the other notes. What does this sound like? We will never know. I mean, that's something. This kind of sounds like Undertale Bone Trestle. This is literally Undertale. This is Papyrus Undertale. Alright, what do we do in the wave channel? Me when I wave. Hey guys. Do. Alright, let's do what does this one say? 50% pulse volume 5, 50% pulse volume 3. So it just plays for a long time. Wait, that sounds alright. This is okay, so I guess the wave channel can be used for more subtle sounds. Your sound randomly held a note. I thought my computer crashed. No. No, no, no. Do 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 do. What if we do like Animal Crossing? Why is this held for so long? 50% pulse? I guess the wave channel might just hold the note until you tell it otherwise. Cause like, or like there's some timeout. Like you can go from here back to here. That sounds bad. So I guess if you want to do held notes, you probably want to use the wave channel for that. So the duty channels are probably mostly for like short, like one off notes like this. And then if you want to hold a note, you play it on the wave channel. Maybe. Wait, that sounds that sounds pretty good. Hold on. Not play this other music on top of it. And then what? And then go back up. And then what if you played? Pulse and wave channels are usually used for melodies. Is duty the pulse channel? Noise channel? Yeah, noise channel for percussion. No. There's too much of this. You gotta like space them out. Perhaps like this. No, this one goes too high up. I think here you could remove some notes. No, and then you just add some more stuff. Okay, more stuff here. No, it's too chaotic. What else? What really? Maybe you can go from here. Maybe it's good, and then you go to the wave channel, and then you add one of these. What does this one sound like? 50%. Okay, 50% pulse volume 1. Duty cycle controls timbre. You know, I watched another video of a British guy explaining music, and he said he pronounced it as timbre. The timbre doesn't affect the length. Well, it affects the length of the waveform, doesn't it? Though, not of the music itself, but of the waveform. When I meant that, oh wait, maybe it doesn't. Does it not simply like, because like this interval is one note, but then like not pronounced like the wood, it is timbre, but why would they spell it like that? Timbre. Oh, it's a volume envelope. I see. The wavelength is shorter, which is that's what I was referring to. How about a triangular wave? No, that's unpleasant. 50% pulse volume 3. That sounds bad. What are we really doing? What are we really even doing? Because this one is the same note. So maybe instead of that being the same note, you have a lower note. And then instead of this being this. You can make the yellow notes exactly match, but would that really sound good? Could try it. Alright, so we got wave, 50% pulse volume 3. That sounds alright. No, I think the main melody itself does not flow very well. I think this part sounds alright. Oops. Why does it do that? Why does it cut off? What if this one went back down? I think the rhythm is not really that good. Music composition guide for beginners. What if we just read a blog post? How to compose music. Quick tips, easy to understand for beginner, for baby shoes never worn, for beginners, for camping and enjoyment. Music 101, no, that's a different thing. Okay, maybe this thing, instead of being this. You could have it be this. No. Not being able to duplicate a pattern? No, you can, right? Can't you just like copy this? Control C, Control V. And then just move it up or down. You could do that. You could also, oh, or do you mean this? No, you could, if you have like a full, what is it? A bar? Is this a bar? I don't copy paste all 4 channels over and over. But if you have like a full bar, you could do this. But I guess that makes sense. It is a bit tedious, probably. Like, why does this? Oh, because it goes down too far, right? Is that why this sounds bad? Because it goes up here and then goes down. Like from this to this. It's too much. It's too much of a jump. But maybe it's fine. Maybe it's actually fine. It's likely the black note in between. Oh, did I like set? Oh, I didn't even. Oh my god, I didn't even notice. I didn't even consider. Welcome, Oarfish. Notes that are directly next to each other clash a bit. What? You're telling me you need bigger jumps? Or do you mean like directly? Oh, like directly. You can't just go from this to this. If they're if you're using the white notes, the C major scale, then it's fine. Like if I were to go all the way down here, it would still sound fine. Maybe not fine. Truly something to consider. Music. Watch. In 4 months from now, I'm gonna be a professional composer. Okay, I will have made a game featuring my own critically acclaimed soundtrack. And then we're gonna watch the VOD and be like, remember this song? Let's remake this song, but better. Or worse. It could be worse. Not unlikely. I feel like if I really were dedicated my time and effort, I could probably do something. Question is just whether I'm willing to put in the time and effort. That's always the question. This is where I learn consonant and dissonant intervals? What is that? Can you teach me? What does that mean? Consonant. Isn't that just like the B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N? Good old pixel method. Place notes randomly. You just have it look like something, like a dog. Why 1 note away sounds awful, but 3 notes away? 3 notes away? Hold on. If I were simply to have it be 3 notes away. You put it into game dev before? You're usually quite quick. Yeah, just I believe I could do it. Just whether I'm willing to. Pick crossbutton instead of a picture. Oh, they should do that. Once you solve it, it plays the song that you just made. And by 3 away, do you mean 3 away on the chromatic scale or 3 away in C major? Like this 3 away would be like 1, 2, 3. Or do you mean 3 away as in 1, 2? Well, I guess then it wouldn't be on the same thing. So I guess you probably do mean 3 away, like this. Like if the 3 was there. But then I guess I would also need to delete this. Get this out of here. Make the coolest Aikatsu cover. Well, that wouldn't be my own song then. That would just be a cover of another song. Which is maybe also fine. That sounds bad. 3 away. 1. We're 3 away as in this. But then if it was this, that's weird. For C major scale, it's all 1 note away chromatically. Oh, 2, that makes more sense. 2 away, so like this. Now what if we went up to here? Whoa, wait. Is that too big of a jump? What if we went down to go here, then here. Why does that sound bad? Because that's like 1 away. So if we went down to here, and then here. Music is usually a mix of dissonance and consonance. There's tables. What if it was just a set of rules? You're telling me music is just a bunch of rules on what sounds good? But what if I programmed an algorithm to make a song for me? I'm gonna drink some water, because it is that time. Alright. There's like probably like a list of well-known rhythms that I can use for the main melody. Good sounding rhythms for song composition. Musical rhythm. What is it? I think I watched one of these. I was recommended this one recently. I think I did watch it. What does this one say? Blah blah blah. Just words. Where's the image? Is this AI generated? Where's the images that are relevant? Focus on the ends and starts of phrases on the first, third, and fifth note in a scale. The ends and starts of phrases on the first, third, and fifth note in a scale. Welcome Grayish Plains. Bread, thumbs up. It would be CEG. So this is E. And then this is G. That sounds good. I think. Probably. So what if we did like this? Isn't this just keyboard cat? The C major chord. Where does it go from there? Is that just like the one below? No, that's a different thing. But what if we went all the way down here? That's too far down, guys. What are we doing? What about this? This one sounds bad. It goes down to A minor. So like here. If I went down, say here, and then from here, A, C, E, ace, and then A, C, E. What does this sound like? I think this jump from here to here is a bit much. Why is that? Why is this not sound good? Maybe this. A visual reference, a pretty chart to help you learn the basics of music intervals. Dissonance, minor second, major second, minor third, perfect fourth. Oversimplification, because some cultures say major second is consonant, but they say dissonant. Yeah, what about dissonance? Am I right, guys? What about this pentagram? Major. I don't know what does this mean. So like, are they saying like these? You want to mix these with these. The tritone. Yeah, tritone in these. Got 'em. Octaves consonant. So what do you want to do here? Like you want to have more consonants and then like a little bit of dissonance? Is that what it is? So like if you are on here, despite the fact that this is in C major, you don't want to go from here to here because it's like too close. But if you were sticking to C major, this would never come up. So you would do this. You want to go like 2 away. And then also 3 away is also good. 5 away is also good. 6 away. Okay, but okay, so like 1 away is bad. You want to not do 1 away. If you want just consonants, pick out stuff like major thirds and perfect fifths. Interesting. So like you want to go, I see. But also fourth. So let's try this. So like you start, okay, so the note that you start from determines, would it be whatever starts on this, what is this thing called? Bar? It's not a bar, what is this? what is this thing called? From here to here? An octave. I thought an octave was, I thought an octave was like from here, what is this thing called then? I thought this was the octave. What is this? That's a measure? Is that a measure? What is a measure? Bar? What is a measure? What is a bar? So this is a measure. Is a bar just like 4 of these? do measures make a bar? I don't know. Measure focuses on rhythm. So it would be like the drum. 4 beats make a measure. So it would be like this. I don't know. Measures one set of notes depending on how many beats per measure, but 4 beats is the most common. So given the fact that I've been splitting these up like this, then this would be a measure. Diminished chord, me when Legend of Zelda, diminished chord. Okay, so if I were to start from, okay, then what if you went from this one? This is C, D, E, F. F. What if you went from here? So then you were allowed to go here from the 4th one to... What does that mean? Like, are we allowed to... Maybe I just don't understand this graph. Not this image. What is this image telling me? Where can I, if I go from here, where can I go? Can I just go to anywhere? Like if I just have this? I guess it's just using C as the point of reference. So I could go from here to there. But then wouldn't this be one away? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. 6, 7. 6, 7. You're allowed to do whatever. This is telling you what intervals the sound. But if I wanted consonants, measure and bar are the same thing. Why would they use the same thing but have different words? That's not allowed. You can't do that. That's not all. That's literally not allowed. So if I were to go from the C to the 5th, and the 5th is right here. Some folks will refer to a bar as a group of measures. Some musicians walk into a bar or a measure. Am I right, guys? That sounds alright. I think it needs some more variation in the rhythm. No. No, no, no. Musician walks into a metal pipe. Why would they do that? Why would musicians do anything? Doesn't make sense. Why would anyone do anything? Why are we doing anything? If you really think about it, what are we doing? It's like what I'm doing now, it's like I'm going up and down, but do I want to have more of like ascending and then I go down? I guess it depends what I'm going for, right? Like I could simply just like that's like too much. This is like it's too much. What about this? No, that's a, this sounds bad though. This thing, that's bad. How to make good melodies. The 7th, is that the bad one? The minor set, no, the major 7th. Oh, that's why it sounds bad. That's why, it's because it was from here to there. And that's dissonance. It's too big of a jump. Too much jumping. Super Mario jumping. Jumpman. How to make good melodies. Yeah, melodies. Got 'em. Whoa, they got Nanny Elfman. They got Us Her. They got Us Her. They got Hans Zimmer. Deadmau 5. Damn, they got everyone. Wait, hold on. Was that Harris Heller? I thought that's not Harris Heller. The lighting kind of made him look like Harris Heller. That's the guy who makes the Stream Beats royalty-free BGM. Deadmau 5 looks not like I expected him to be. Doesn't he normally have like the helmet on? You don't want to hold on the dissonance, but having them as a little flavor lead into the consonants. Hans Zimmer. Where's Feet Zimmer? We don't talk about that. It's too much. Nas Yo Ma. Welcome, Tag Barrel. Mariah Carey, John Legend, Ringo Starr. See, this is what's wrong with society. You see this page right now? The header takes up this much of the content. The bottom part, the footer takes up this part. And then, like, what do I have to read? This much? There's nothing. There's nothing here. What's happening? I'm learning music. I don't know how to make things sound good. Diminished sevenths gives a lot of suspense. Feels good when you resolve it into a consonant chord. Discord. Follow chords. Follow a scale. Write with a plan. Okay, so I'm not doing this. That's my problem. Give your melodies a focal point. Focal point is a high note that a melodic line touches once but never again, or at least not in that section of the song. Once but never again? What do they mean by that? So, like, maybe the seventh is the thing that it goes to once and never again. It's all like going up there, and then it's like, well, we've hit it, and then we go stop. A lot of time when you listen to music, you feel like you can anticipate or guess the next note. It's because they do things like this. It's so predictable. I've read that, like, people will learn music theory so that they know when not to use it. So they know what not to put in their songs. Throwing a flat 7 also gives it more bluesy feel. Like, this thing going to that sounds strange. That's simply just... How do you resolve from the 7th, though? What is the resolution from the 7th? Make the last note C, but right above it. What the... Oh, and then where do I go from this? Can I go from this C back down? We could go back down to there. Oh, can I? Is it even possible to just go straight back to this? Would that sound weird? No, because you can't just go from there to there. That's too big of a jump. You gotta go like here, maybe. Maybe here. I don't know. There's like no. It's like no. What's the word? It's kind of just going places. Hold the top note or pause before going back down. From here? Can you hold notes? It is a little bit complicated, but there are things that could be done. What if I go to the wave channel and then if I used this? So it kind of is. Okay, that's too loud though. 50% pulse volume. How about this one? No, then it just goes until you stop. It's also a different instrument. What was I using? Fade out 50% pulse. If I were to use 50, no, that is 50% pulse. What am I doing? That's there, and then this will go until you stop it, I think. I don't know. The missing beat though, there's nothing there. Then where do I go from there? Maybe now I just go back. Maybe I just go from there to here. Take the whole phrase, but do I need like the gap though? I need like some empty. Okay, and then what if I go from there to here? And then I just copy this and put that there. What does that sound like? I feel okay. I think this part needs some changes. What if it was like this? I don't know. I don't know about this. About that. No, but then it's like one away does not sound that good. The part that goes up to the high C, make it go down to the low C in a second. Oh, you mean like here? Go down, the part that goes up, make it go down to the low, like here, in there? Is that even possible? Is that even a thing that could be done in this world? It feels kind of abrupt. It's going in there. Quite complex. What if it goes... I feel like this part is too similar to this part. The notes before can lead down. Oh, I mean like don't go here, but simply do this. That sounds alright, I guess. I think the fact that all the notes are like very... There's no variation in like the rhythm. Which is where it would be useful to extend the note. What if we change this 25... What if we had some of these be 25% pulse? What does that sound like? Hold on. It's like, what if it does this once, and then it goes... What does this sound like? Oh wait, you got like different instruments. Various instruments that are different. Dueling banjos or whatever? I don't even know. Oh, and then from here you go back to this one. That sounds alright, I think. What if we had... What if this one... What does 12% sound like? That sounds bad. And what if for duty 2, we play this one as well, but like accented or something? Like we doesn't have to go straight from this to this. This one could start maybe like I don't know, like here. No. It could be like, it's like a chord, right? Go here, and then, you know, what if this? This sounds weird. No. I think this will play until you stop it. Or like, it'll play for a while. I think the fact that these are frequent enough that they interrupt each other. Okay, but what if we changed the 25% pulse to be longer? The length. We changed the length. What if the length of this one was simply longer? Or shorter? I guess shorter? I don't know. What is sweep change? Sweep time, sweep shift, duty, dueling sound chips. Me when chips. What is 75% pulse custom? Okay. Sweep is a duty sweep to change the duty cycle over time. I see. What if we added some arpeggios? Surely now is the time for an arpeggio. No, that sounds bad. What if these notes would simply slide portamento up? It's barely noticeable. You have to set the units. Sweep shift. Sweep time. Me when I have to... There's like too much dust and you have to sweep... I don't know. Me when word can be interpreted as a different word. No way. Oh, portamento. Oh, that sounds sounds weird. Oh. I think we don't use this. Is it annoying having like the stream beats being paused and then I like play this thing? To have multiple songs playing at the same time? Could imagine it being annoying. Is it being paused? Yeah, I pause it occasionally. Oh, stream beats is very quiet. It's not being paused? What? It is, oh no, it is quite low. It is really low. I have not even noticed how low it is. It sounds loud to me though. But I can see in OBS that it is very quiet. I didn't even notice. Just keep it, okay. That's fine. I don't have to keep pausing and unpausing it. I'm gonna save this. But then where do I go from here though? That's the question. And what do I do with Duty Channel 2? What do I even do with this? What if I do the same thing but at like a lower octave? If I just copied all of this, went to Duty Cycle 2, sorry, Duty 2, and then just pasted it. Is this anything? Whoa, wait. Hold on. How do I restart position on this? Very, very rich sound. So bad at writing cover letters, caved and followed the advice. You're just gonna use ChatGPT? Can't believe this guy. That sounds bad. This one sounds bad. But what if this one was actually the... I don't know. Try setting it to 5 higher than the original. 5 higher. Five as like 5 on, okay, probably, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. Interesting. 5 total. Like not 5, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I see. Kind of sounds like clown music, doesn't it? Part of this, it's like you would hear this at the circus. That was 6 originally. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which was 6? What was that? What was 6? What if this was the same? It was on A to start instead of G. C, D, E, F. It was on A to start. It was here. Which is a 5th. Like here. Simply go, but yeah, that's what I did at the beginning. Yes, that sounds bad. I don't know what I'm doing. It should be G. So CBA. This is G? That's G, right? This is G. Can someone else do like a music composing stream? Oh man, my voice. I think it would be interesting to watch. Someone who knows what they're doing. Someone go live right now. Install GB Studio. Make a song and then be like, whoa, what the hell do you do that? How did you make a song that sounds good? How did they do this? Post a little loop I made in the Discord. The media channel. That's a rat. That's Probs Not Jack's image of a rat. In Discord general? Oh, wait, I don't see it. And the Hamflow Discord? No, that's a different Discord. What is this? I don't see it. Really? Did it delete it or something? Hold on. I do not see anything. Yeah, maybe it deleted it? I don't see anything in the moderation logs. A complementing melody harmony would be the best though, not a direct copy. Yeah. How would I do it? How would this be done? Found a vendor selling 3D printed stuff. A bucket of rats. Yo. Okay, I see. Wait, it keeps saying that there is a message, but I don't see it. It's gone. It's deleting a message? I don't see it. Weird. Very strange. I feel like usually if a bot deletes stuff, it would tell me. Here in frame 2 it was gone? No. What the? Weird. It will not allow it. Oh man. Yeah, I don't see anything in the mod logs. Nothing here. What the heck? I guess we will never know. Now, like, what if you post it in like a DM to yourself, and then you get the Discord link for the message? An untrusted file. Oh, did you make it in GB Studio? Does Discord allow random files? It probably, I feel like it does, right? Probably. I don't know. It is GB Studio. Yo. It tends to just delete file types that it doesn't. What if you put it in a zip file? Perhaps a zip file is a thing. Oh, like random files? What are they doing? Discord, what is the deal? What's the deal? We get out a new pattern that is the same pattern. Okay, Discord channels, this thing. Discord app detected. Do you want to open this link? Discord, I don't see it. Where am I? No text channels. You find yourself in a strange place. You don't have access to any text channels, or there are none in this server. I don't know. What if you put it in a zip file and then posted it on the Discord? What if we did not use Discord as a way to send files? Sorry for derailing. No, it's fine. What if you email it? What if you posted it as base64 encoded in the chat in 20 different messages? No. What if you screenshot it and I simply try to recompose the song from base principles? And then I could be like, oh, okay, you did this thing. So this note goes to this note. Or you post an image and we try to imagine what it sounds like. That people with good imaginations can be like, wow, from that image I can tell that it sounds so good. It actually sounds so good. What if this one went here instead? No, that's too much. This one was here. What if we remade this in Bitsy? If we simply took this and just did the same thing here. C, as we all know, is here. Wait, that's C sharp. Wait a second. Hey, this is a different song. Hold on. I deleted the wrong song. Alright, so this is D. C. I need to zoom out. C. We start from here. And then it goes up to D, E. It goes up to E. And then what is that? G? Is that G? C, D, E, F, G. That is G. It goes back there. And then it goes there. And then wait, is that correct? Hold on. It goes up to the next C, and then it goes, there's a delay, and then it goes back to here. And then if I simply delete this, does this sound the same? It does, but it's fast. Wait, but this, hold on, this doesn't sound the same. What did I do differently here? Is this not the same? It goes down by 1. And then up. I would have thought this would be the same. Right, then the next bar, this bar here is the same. It is the same. That's no, it goes, oh wait, it goes up. I was mistaken. It goes up. Wait, but it doesn't. Am I missing something between this? Hold on. C, D, E, F. Wait, this one doesn't have F. Why does this one go from E to G? C, D's got them. Full major. Oh, it's full major. Why is there full major and not full major? What is not full major? Alright, so it goes from there up to F. And then this one also goes to F there, and then it goes down to D. And then it skips, and then it goes to E. How do I delete these? How do I delete these bars? Is that even possible? Deleting stuff is easy. Yeah. But then there's no... Wait, can I delete this? Remove select... Oh, you could just remove, I see. Wait, it's only looping from there. Oh, I see. It sounds a bit different. Why does this sound? Why does this sound different? Because this note, A, no, this was supposed to be F, right? This was F. But then wait, C, D, E. Wait, this is, wait, what is this? That's not F, that's B. Oh, but there is no, why is there no B? It says no B. What is this? Why does it no longer tell me what the note is? No, that is B. And then this is A. Where's the note? I don't know. Oh, this is a different, wait. Oh, I see. No, that's expected. I don't know. Well, I guess maybe I learned something today. Maybe. Oh, this is also faster. Like way faster. But not this much faster. Well, I'll probably watch some more videos off stream. Then next time I'll be like, check it out, guys, and then I pull out a big song, a cool sounding song that is so cool. You'll be like, how did he make this? How did he do that? He can't do that. Alright, let's study BGM 2 though. Find some songs you like, figure out their key chord progression, just rip them off. I did think about that. Like, I'm like, what songs do I enjoy? What if I just copied BGM 2? Right at the beginning, do 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 do. That's like kind of like do 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 do. I-V-I-V 1415. See, okay, so this, what is this? Do 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 do. Which channel is this? If I mute all the other channels. So they have two of these. He has two of these playing. Ah, but this is quieter. The 1, 5, 6. Why is this one lowercase? It goes from. Oh, look at. Oh, I see. Oh, it means minor. That makes sense. Interesting. So these all start from the same bass note, but then like after that, there is some variation to this. 6, 7. Doesn't this 6, 7 hand gesture? Oh, yes. Okay, so you just have this repeating thing, and then later on, you have other instruments. You have the drum. And then you have this. Oh, and then that's up there. And what is that yellow instrument? Dame Dane, Dame Yo, Dame Nano Yo. Oh, this is the, is this the drum? What is this? Oh, given it's a wave channel, that would make sense. And what is this? I see. So why is this one's held? But why is that? This one, I guess it'll just play until you play another note. So that's how you hold the notes. You just set the duration to be longer. And then since you can only play one sound from that channel, the next sound you play cuts off the first one. So that's why this one is also held. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway, it's time for me to end the stream, everyone. We can listen to the song that we made and then wonder where we went wrong. There it is. There's the song. Alright. Oh, that's it. Thanks for watching. I will now find out what day it is and rate someone. National Personalized Learning Day. Wait, I learned today. Squirrel Appreciation Day. That's a good one. Welcome, Guacamigo. I forgive you. Thank you. Selfie Day. Cheesy Socks Day. Hug Your Puppy Day. Hugging Day. Weedless Wednesday. Squirrel Appreciation Day. You know, do I know any squirrel VTubers besides, I mean, like, I don't know her personally, but like the corporate one from Hololive. Is there another squirrel VTuber that I know of? I don't know. Wedless? Didn't it say weedless? It says weedless. Let's see. Who shall I raid today? There are many people streaming. And I will raid one of these people, as usual. As per usual. As per my previous email. She is basically a squirrel. No, that's a different species. You can't say they're the same species. They're different. What about... I read this guy. ChocoJax rated this guy yesterday. And I was like, that's pretty chill. Pretty chill stream of a guy who's drawing things. Talking about something or other. Anyway, that's gonna be it. I'll be back on Friday with something. I'm not sure what. Still to be determined. Maybe I'll come back with some music, and then you'll be like, wow, this is music. What if it wasn't? What if it was like game development? What if I developed a game? I don't know. Is there like a Twitch category for people that are like making music? Because usually the music category is for like karaoke. Like, are there people composing? There's no like category that's specifically for music composition. Is there? They do compose, yeah, but it's not like a separate category. It's like its own thing that's in the same category. I don't know. Anyway, I guess I'll just watch videos. Music theory or whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.